few SCVs from his base, so he's gonna be able to get that base mining soon. Light's economy is doing very well now. He's up to 5 bases. C, it looks like, has another base that he is putting up at the natural of the 11 o'clock. So good for him there. Both players keeping even economy. Light arguably slightly ahead. Hasn't really shown in his forces. C seems to have the bigger army on the field right now, at least. Light getting 2 more machine shops. He's going to pump a lot more units. C trying to press the attack here at the 7 o'clock position. Light doesn't seem to have too many forces to defend. C might be able to break through. Light with a drop there, counter dropping here at the 3 o'clock position, trying to take out some of C's forces. C has broken through critically. C has broken through, and it does not look like Light has anything to defend the 7 o'clock for now. Light needs to get something there. Light has chosen this time to counterattack at the 2 o'clock, but C has forces in position to defend, and it's so easy to defend that I feel Light's not going to be able to make progress. C with a massive army here, he's going to be able to take out this expansion, the natural of the 7 o'clock for sure. And he may be able to take out the expansion at the 7 o'clock. Light cannot afford to lose that expansion. He needs to send reinforcements over with dropships or something. This mech force is going to be able to break through the blockade without much trouble. Fortunately for Light, he has tanks sieged up just coming out of the machine shop, and he has brought in some more reinforcement tanks. I think he's just going to be able to hold that engineering bay, buying him the time he needed. Looks like Light just about hosed. He still didn't want to lose that natural expansion. He'll be able to reestablish it. I think he'll be fine considering he has the island expansion to work with. So it could have been worse for Light. Well, fortunately for him, it was not. Looks like C also getting his island expansion. Both players really macroing up here. Now, at this point, the loss of 1 or 2 bases is not going to matter much. Light with a command center there at the 4 o'clock, but he hasn't landed it for some reason, being a bit not paying too much attention there. Dropships coming in here for Light, trying to assault the 2 o'clock base. Dropships dropping all of these tanks, doing heavy damage. I think is going to be able to force C to back up, at least for now. Doesn't look like C has forces. C is choosing to use his SCVs to fight. I'm not sure whether he should do that, but C is counterattacking again at the 7 o'clock. It's just that I don't think he's going to be able to break through those defenses. C with his SCVs actually managed to clean up a good chunk of Light's forces, but he suffered heavy losses. Pretty much all the SCVs at that expansion are dead now. Just looks like, well, maybe not all of them, but certainly took quite a few losses there at the 2 o'clock base. Light's got plenty of tanks to defend the 7 o'clock. He's walling this time again with Command Center that he'll probably lift over. C might be choosing to go for a combined arms offense here with dropships and a ground force pushing. Let's see what C decides to do with these dropships. Both players playing the sort of classic TVT. Well, there are a few more Valkyries out than usual, or as I should say, usually you don't get Valkyries back in the old days of TVT, so these days though, the odd Valkyrie or two quite common. Looks like both players with dropships near the 11 o'clock. Light is dropping here all over the attempt for C to expand, but C catching Light's tanks that are just sieging up. Massive battle here going, but I think Light is going to lose all his forces, not accomplishing too much with that drop. He managed to, fortunately for him, whittle down some of C's troops. I don't think C is going to be able to press the attack at the 7 o'clock. Light now deciding to push out with his tank force there at 7 o'clock just to secure his base a bit more. Both players, it looks like, concentrating hard. +2 upgrade finish for C, but it might still be +1 for Light. Yeah, so C with the military upgrade advantage. Light pushing out here, clearing up all the defenses outside the 7 o'clock, but so many vultures coming in here for C. If he can lay some mines there, he's got 1 mine down. That mine just critically not going off. These tanks unsieging in time to defend. C now with 6 dropship to Light's 3. He has a significant dropship advantage. C might be angling to do a massive attack here at the 4 o'clock base. He's dropping all sorts of tanks. Going to be able to clear Light out from this position, and he's going to probably push down there. Light trying to counterattack with 4 dropships, getting his forces caught out a bit by these Goliaths, not dropping exactly where he wants to. And C getting position over the 4 o'clock base. Light, it looks like, managed to get position over one of C's new expansions. 10 o'clock, but it's not going to bother C at all. He can lift it, and there were no SCVs there anyway. A lot of SCVs going down here at the 4 o'clock for Light. So Light's going to lose this space, force the lift, and back up for now. He's brought in some more tanks, but I think it's going to take him some time to re-establish position over there. He might decide to counter drop at the 4 o'clock, but C should have reinforcements in his dropships available now. So I don't think either player is going to mind too much. Some more skirmishes going down in the middle there. C's upgrade advantage, very useful there. Hopefully Light is at +2 now, or at least will be very soon. Seems like Light has managed to mass up his own dropships, 5 it looks like, and 7 for C, so they're evening up a bit more. This is classic dropship play. Very vital, I think, for each player to do what they can to pick off the dropships. 2 or 3 Raves, I think, would be a fine supplement to forces, just to use them to attack and to engage dropships. 6 dropships out for Light. Light is going to counter drop here at the 4 o'clock and do what he can to clear out the defenses in this position. He's going to be able to clear out. I don't know what C is going to decide to do with his forces. Perhaps he's going to counterattack at the 7 o'clock or something. Looks like his dropships are dropping in the middle there. He's moving down on the ground. That's not going to work against these in-place defenses that Light has over the 7 o'clock base, and C forced to back off for now. Looks like these two players are truly evenly matched. Just looking at the mini-map, it pretty much looks like everything is exactly even. Light does seem to have a bit more position over the middle, but really, you know, they seem to have the same number of bases, or at least control over these bases. Light might have an extra command center over C at this point. Light, again, defending his expansion at the 4 o'clock. C with a massive armada of dropships there. But Light 2 has 7 dropships, it looks like. C, 7 or 8. It was a bit too fast for me to tell. Regardless, both players with significant dropship force. I think at this point it would be a good idea for one of the players to try to pick off some of the dropships of the others, limit mobility, and then going for decisive attack on these bases. Ooh, one of C's dropships getting caught there by a Goliath. Second one getting picked away at some of these turrets. C might be dropping the main here, but Light sees this with his dropships, and C is forced to back up. C might decide to go for this island. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. There are so many turrets there, killing so many dropships of C's rather, and Light coming in with his counter drop. He's going to be able to clean up this drops of C, and I think that was definitely a failure on C's part. He didn't do any sort of economic damage, and he lost so many dropships. He may have, in fact, lost all of his dropships in that failed attack there. C not doing too great here. He's going to have enough forces to hold, but he's not going to be able to attack anytime soon. I think Light should. I mean, if Light were, you know, on top of his game right now, he should smell this and go for attack somewhere far out, like the 11 o'clock, where it would take forever for C to reinforce. Light, however, is choosing to sit in his bases with his dropships and just repair them. C pushing out with his forces on the ground now. Physics lab going down for C. Looks like he's going for battle cruisers. He's got extra armory up to start upgrades for the air units. So this may turn into one of those battle cruiser on battle cruiser games. That'd be exciting stuff. C, massive push here. Absolutely massive number of tanks barreling down on Light's ramp here at the in the middle southeastern part of the map. C, though, is not going to be able to break through here, I feel. Light has a lot of tanks and Goliaths on the cliff overlooking his natural, or rather on the cliff leading to his natural. No way that C is going to be able to break through without dropships there. Although, I guess even with dropships against that number of Goliaths, it's not going to do much. So, yep. Looks like physics lab down. Starports are getting built right now. C is transitioning to battle cruisers. Let's see how Light decides to respond. He can get Goliaths. He already has quite a few Goliaths. He can focus on Raves. Raves great against battle cruisers and devastating mass numbers against pretty much anything. Or he might choose to go for battle cruisers of his own, which I think would be the most exciting option. Always fun to see battle cruisers fighting battle cruisers. Again, battle cruisers by themselves aren't that devastating. It's only in conjunction with tanks, really, to take care of any ground forces like Goliaths or Valkyries. If the other player goes for Raves, it looks like Physics Science Facility finished for Light. Ooh, that's actually kind of bad. He hasn't had the +2 upgrade on his ground forces for some time, so he's still with the upgrade disadvantage. While he does have +2, so he must have lost his Science Facility. See, forcing a lift here at the 8 o'clock. He's probably going to be able to kill the command center with his Goliaths. Light here being set back a bit. Light with an absolutely massive number of dropships now. Looks like 9 dropships. And Light putting down, C rather, putting down all sorts of starport without control towers for some reason. Maybe he's actually going for Raves and just put down the physics lab for show. That'd be interesting. Or the physics lab very cheap at this point. It's like 50-50. So I mean that's absolutely nothing for a player at this stage of the game. Maybe he just wants to keep the option open. At a moment's notice, Light going for attack here at the middle. This attack's not really the best, I feel. It just cleans up the odd force or two of of C's, and C's responding by sieging up forces again in the middle. Light not with the best decisions to attack. Also, there's a remarkable lack of harass from these two players. I mean, Light harassed once or twice early on, but then stopped. Neither player really choosing to use vultures to do any sort of raids at all this game. Whereas I feel a player like Fantasy or Flash would certainly want to use vultures a bit more than this. Nevertheless, it looks like C is not building anything with his starports as of yet. I mean, with this many starports, he's obviously going for Raves, but he's not chosen to build anything, despite putting down all those starports. Maybe he's waiting for his ground forces to be destroyed? I mean, I don't know. Looks like Light pushing with another attack in the middle, clearing out more of C's forces. He's massed up a huge force of Goliaths and tanks here. With this army, he should be able to break through at one of C's bases and take it out if he wants to. But he's not really choosing to do that. Again, C not building anything from his starports. Maybe he's waiting on the upgrades to finish. Cloak researching, surely, for Light. He's also putting down quite a few starports of his own. Doesn't look like anywhere near the same number that C has, so he's also going for Raves. C dropping, finding a little blind spot here at the 7 o'clock, but Light with a massive number of dropships, going to clean this up without any trouble at all. C really with the 3 dropships is not going to be able to do too much against Light's Air Force here. His mobile army, well, I guess it's not really Air Force, it's more of a mobile ground army, if you would. Forcing C to back off for now. Light going with an attack with his dropships, attacking into the teeth of these Goliaths and tanks. He's suffered quite a few losses. I actually don't think he cares too much at this point. He probably wants also to start focusing on Raves. Light has managed to get a few tanks here against the SCVs, who are coming out to drill the tanks and doing significant damage here. Light with another drop. Constant action here in the western part of the map. Back and forth battle. Looks like Light has once again managed to be defeated, or C managed to push Light back, I should say. You don't manage to get defeated. +1 air upgrade. The armor finish for Light, it looks like. So both players certainly upgrading their air forces. Now C is building Raves from all his starports, it looks like. I don't know whether Light might be doing the same or not. Perhaps C is going to get just a few battlecruisers and then back them up with masses of Raves. Battlecruisers just with some strategic Yamatos or something. I know he has the 1 control tower backing his base. I guess he's not getting any more out here, so maybe he's going to focus more on Raves. Both players operating basically on 6 bases now for some time. So with plenty of resources, although at this point I imagine their main and naturals are mined out, and probably like their 3rd or 4th base even mined out too. Just judging on the map there, it looks like C is probably mining from 5 bases, and Light might be mining from 4. Some Raves coming in for Light, but he has a puny number compared with C. C has so many Raves. Light maybe has a dozen, or 15 or something like that. But C's already massed up 2 dozen, and he has the resources to really build more if he wants to at this